Thank you. The Comprehensive Peace Agreement, or CPA, was signed between the Sudan People's Liberation Movement, SPLM, and the Khartoum government in Nairobi in January 2005. In a process facilitated by Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, the United States, the United Kingdom, and Norway. The agreement incorporated 6 protocols signed much earlier and marked the end of the Second Sudanese Civil War. The highlights of this agreement were developing democratic governance in the Sudan to make the country a better place for all Sudanese to live in, the sharing of oil revenues on an equitable 50-50 basis between the Arab-dominated North and the dominantly African South, that there would be power sharing between the SPLA and Khartoum government, demarcation of the border of the oil-rich region of Abyei to determine whether it belongs to the South or North. Lastly, it catered for a timeline for Southern Sudan to hold a referendum to decide whether it will continue being part of the larger Sudan or whether it will secede from the North and become an independent and sovereign country. The reason the referendum has become inevitable is the perception in the South that the Khartoum government lacks the will to meet all the terms of the 2005 CPA agreement. For instance, the goal of making the country a better place for all Sudanese has never been realized, with the ruling National Congress Party of President Bashir still committed to Islamization of the country and Sharia law against the wishes and interests of the mainly Christian South. The Khartoum government has also not been forthcoming to the South about oil proceeds and the equal sharing of oil revenues, contents, and terms of oil contracts. Lastly, the issue of oil-rich Abyei still remains a thorny issue. The border demarcation has never been resolved, with armies from the north and south periodically clashing over the disputed region. A separate referendum to decide the fate of the Abyei region, which was due on 9th January, was pushed forward due to increased tension in the region that is feared could flare up into a bigger problem. This and the failure to have greater transparency over oil revenues could be a source of future conflict, according to a just-released report by Global Witness, an international non-government organization that focuses on natural resource exploitation, conflict, poverty, and corruption across the globe. Hilary Isiga, NTV Tonight.